Now let us discuss about interfacing 8051 microcontroller to ADC 0804. Here the first topic is ADC devices. Analog to digital converters are among the most widely used devices for data acquisition. So digital computers use binary, that is discrete values, but in the physical world everything is analog, that is continuous in nature. See, for example, temperature, pressure, wind or liquid, then humidity and velocity are a few examples of physical quantities that we deal with every day. A physical quantity is converted to electrical, that is voltage or current signals using a device called transducer. Transducers are also referred to as sensors. Sensors for temperature, velocity, pressure, light, and many other natural quantities produce an output, that is voltage or current. Therefore, we need an analog to digital converter to translate the analog signals to digital numbers so that the microcontroller can read and process them. An ADC has n-bit resolution where n can be 8, 10, 12, 16 or even 24 bits. The higher resolution ADC, that is analog to digital converter, provides a smaller step size where step size is the smallest change that can be discerned by an ADC. So this is shown in the table. In addition to resolution, conversion time is another major factor in judging an ADC. Conversion time is defined as the time it takes the ADC to convert the analog input to digital or binary numbers. The ADC chips are either parallel or serial. In parallel ADC, we have 8 or more pins dedicated to bringing out the binary data. But in serial ADC, we have only one pin for data out. In the table, we can observe that for 8-bit ADC, the number of steps will be 256 and the step size will be 5 divided by 256, that is 19.53 millivolt. So here VCC is nothing but 5 volt. And for 10-bit ADC, the number of steps will be 1024 and the step size will be 4.88 millivolt. And for 12-bit ADC, number of steps will be 4096 and the step size will be 1.2 millivolt. And for 16-bit ADC, the number of steps will be 65,536 and step size will be 0.076 millivolt. The very important observation what we can make here is, as the number of ADC bits increases, the step size in millivolt totally decreases. The next important topic is ADC 0804 chip. The ADC 0804 IC is an 8-bit parallel ADC in the family of the ADC 0800 series from National Semiconductor. It is also available from many other manufacturers. It works with plus 5 volt and has a resolution of 8 bits. In the ADC 0804, the conversion time varies depending on the clocking signal applied to the CLK in pin, but it cannot be faster than 110 microsecond. That means the minimum conversion time what we can achieve using ADC 0804 chip is 110 microsecond. The figure shows the ADC 0804 chip, that is in testing ADC 0804 in free running mode. ADC 0804 is a 20-pin IC. Here pin number 11 to 18, that is nothing but the data pins D0 to D7, 8-bit data pins. And pin number 3 is write pin, Pin number 5 is interrupt. Pin number 10 is digital ground. Pin number 2 is read. Pin number 1 is chip select. Pin number 4 is clock in. And pin number 19 is CLKR, clock R. And pin number 9 is V reference by 2. Pin number 8 is analog ground. Pin number 7 is V in minus. And pin number 6 is V in plus. And pin number 20 is nothing but VCC. So let us discuss about all these pins in the next slide. The first pin is CS, that is chip select. Chip select is an active low input used to activate the ADC 0804 chip. To access the ADC 0804, this pin must be low. The next pin is RD, that is read pin. This is an input signal and is active low. The ADC converts the analog input to its binary equivalent and holds it in an internal register. RD is used to get the converted data out of the ADC 0804 chip. When CS is equal to 0, that is chip select is equal to 0, if a high to low pulse is applied to RD pin, read pin, the 8-bit digital output shows up at the D0 to D7 data pin. The RD pin is also referred to as output enable, that is OE. This is the importance of RD, that is read pin. The next pin is WR, that is write. It is also called as start conversion. This is an active low input used to inform the ADC 0804 to start the conversion process. If CS is equal to 0, when WR makes a low to high transition, the ADC 0804 starts converting the analog input value of Vin to an 8-bit digital number. The amount of time it takes to convert varies depending on the CLK-IN and CLK-R values that will be explained later. When the data conversion is complete, the INTR pin is forced low by the ADC 0804 IC. The next pins are CLK-IN and CLK-R. CLK-IN is an input pin connected to an external clock source when an external clock is used for timing. However, the 804 has an internal clock generator. To use the internal clock generator, also called self-clocking of the ADC 0804, the CLK-IN and CLK-R pins are connected to a capacitor and a resistor. It is shown in the previous figure. In that case, the clock frequency is determined by the equation F is equal to 1 divided by 1.1 RC. So typical values are R is equal to 10 kilo ohm and C is equal to 150 PF. Substituting in the above equation, we get F is equal to 606 kilohertz. In that case, the conversion time is 110 microsecond. So with this, what we can say is to get the minimum conversion time, that is 110 microsecond, the requirement is R should be 10 kilo ohm and C, that is capacitor value, should be 150 picofarad. The next pin is INTR, that is interrupt. It is also called as end of conversion. This is an output pin and is active low. It is normally a high pin, and when the conversion is finished, it goes low to sign the CPU that the conversion data is ready to be picked up. After INTR goes low, when if we make CS is equal to 0 and send a high to low pulse to RD pin to get the data out of ADC 0804 chip. The next important pins are Vin plus and Vin minus. These are the different analog inputs where Vin is equal to Vin plus minus Vin minus. Often the Vin minus pin is connected to ground and Vin plus pin is used as the analog input to be converted to digital. The next pin is VCC. This is the plus 5 volt power supply. It is also used as reference voltage when the VREF by 2 input, that is pin number 9, is open. The next pin is VREF by 2, that is V reference by 2. Pin number 9 is an input voltage used for the reference voltage. If this pin is if this pin is open, so that means if it is not connected, the analog input voltage for the ADC 0804 is in the range 0 to 5 volts, same as the VCC pin. However, there are many applications where the analog input applied to Vin needs to be other than 0 to 5 volt range. So VREF by 2 is used to implement analog input voltages other than 0 to 5 volt. See, for example, if the analog input range needs to be 0 to 4 volt, so in that case VREF by 2 is connected to 2 volt. The table shows the Vin range for various VREF by 2 inputs. If you just look into the table, if VREF by 2 pin, if it is not connected, then Vin range is from 0 to 5 volt and the step size is 19.53 millivolt. If VREF by 2 is connected to 2 volt, then the Vin range is 0 to 4 volt. So the step size is nothing but 4 divided by 255, that is equal to 15.62 millivolt. If VREF by 2 is connected to 1.5 volt, then the range is 0 to 3, Vin range is 0 to 3 volt, and the step size what we can get is 11.71 millivolt. And if it is VREF by 2, if it is connected to 1.28 volt, then the Vin range is 0 to 2.56, and the step size is nothing but 2.56 divided by 256, that is nothing but the 10 millivolt. The next pins are D0 to D7. D0 to D7 are the digital data output pins, since ADC 0804 is a parallel ADC chip. These are tri-state buffered and the converted data is accessed only when CS, that is chip select, is equal to 0 and RD, that is read pin, is forced low. To calculate the output voltage, we can use the following formula, that is D out, that is equal to V in divided by step size, where D out, that is equal to digital data output represented in decimal, and V in is equal to analog input voltage. The next two pins are analog ground and digital ground. These are the input pins providing the ground for both the analog signal and the digital signal. Analog ground is connected to the ground of the analog Vin, while digital ground is connected to the ground of VCC pin. The reason that we have two ground pins is to isolate the analog Vin signal from transient voltages caused by digital switching of the output D0 to D7. Such isolation contributes to the accuracy of the digital data output. The figure shows the read and write timing for ADC 0804. From this discussion, we conclude that the following steps must be followed for data conversion by the ADC 0804 chip. The first step is make CS is equal to 0 and send a low to high pulse to pin WR to start the conversion. Second step is keep monitoring the INTR pin. If INTR is low, the conversion is finished and we can go to the next step. If INTR is high, keep polling until it goes low. After the next step is, after the INTR has become low, we make CS is equal to 0 and send a high to low pulse to the RD pin, to the read pin, to get the data out of the ADC 0804 IC chip. The timing for this process is shown in this figure. clock source for ADC0804. The speed at which an analog input is converted to the digital output depends on the speed of the CLK input. So according to the ADC0804 datasheet, the typical operating frequency is approximately 640 kHz at 5 volts. There are two methods of providing clock to the ADC0804. The first method is explained here in this figure, that is self-clocking method. Here, to use the internal clock generator, the CLK-IN and CLK-R pins are connected to a capacitor and a resistor as shown in the figure. This figure shows 8051 connection to ADC0804 with the clock from XTAL2 of the 8051. In the figure, we can notice that the clock in for the ADC0804 is coming from the crystal of the microcontroller. Since this frequency is too high, we use D flip-flops, that is 74LS74, to divide the frequency. A single D flip-flop divides the frequency by 2 if we connect its Q bar to the D input. For a higher frequency crystal, we can use 4 flip-flops. The next important topic is programming ADC0804 in assembly language. If we just observe the program, here port 2.5 or the bit fifth bit of port 2, port 2.5, so that is assigned to read pin, and bit P2.6, that is port 2.6 bit, that is assigned as write pin. Then the next instruction is INTR BIT P2.7, that is the 7th bit of port 2, port 2.7 bit is assigned to interrupt. Then my data EQU P1, the port 1 is assigned to my data, and the next instruction is move P1 comma hash 0 FFH, that is make P1 as input. That is just consider port 1 as input. Then the next instruction is SETB INTR, that is set bit interrupt. That means set the port 2.7 bit 2.7 P2.7, we need to set that. So for that we use the instruction SETB INTR. The next instruction is CLR WR, that is clear write data. Write data port, that means clear port 2.6. The next instruction is SETB WR, set bit WR or write. So that means again we need to set the port 2.6, the port 2.6 bit. That means in the previous instruction, that is CLR WR, we have cleared WR, and the next instruction is SETB, set bit WR, we have set that particular thing, that bit. That means the transition is from 0 to 1. So we know that WR is equal to 1. Okay, so that means low to high to start conversion. To start the conversion process, WR should go low to high. So this is what we did here by considering these instructions. The next instruction is JB, that is jump if borrow INTR comma here. So whether interrupt pin is set or not, jump if borrow to here itself. Here is labeled to that particular instruction itself. That means if this particular bit is set, loop there itself. So wait for the end of conversion. So here what exactly we are doing is whether the conversion process is done or not. Initially INTR pin will be high. If the conversion process completes, means it will go to low. So by this particular instruction GB INTR comma here, so we are waiting for the end of the conversion, whether it has set or not. That is what we are waiting here. Now when it resets, that means if INTR pin resets, that means it indicates that the conversion is completed. Then the next instruction is CLR RD. We have to clear RD also. because if RD pin clears, then only the data comes out of the pin D0 to D7. So for that case, what we need to do is we should clear RD or read pin. At last, that is what, see, conversion finished, enable RD, so to move the data. Next, the last instruction is move a comma my data. So now when the INTR pin goes low, when RD pin goes low, in that case the data can be moved from D0 to D7 to some other place. So it is present in my data. So my data is nothing but port 1 D0 to D7. So there we have the data, so that will be copied to the accumulator. So here we need to follow all these steps to convert analog data into its equivalent digital representation.